So I want to talk about two topics, and those two topics are people that leave a job and go somewhere else while keeping the job. Well, people that have second jobs, and primarily people that work in retail or FDA. For the past 2 years, I have been thinking about all of our existence, and I've been thinking about entrepreneurs and the way that they treat us. Everybody thinks about the employee. The employee didn't smile. The employee didn't wear a hairnet. The employee was out of uniform. I didn't see the person greet me. They didn't seat me in time. My order was too late. They didn't talk nice. They were disrespectful. They were rude. But nobody ever talks about the customer or the entrepreneur. It's always something wrong with the employee, the one who needs a life. See, customers have a life. Entrepreneurs are providing a life. But the employee is the one who's stuck like Chuck. The employee is the victim, not the customer. Because before there could be a customer, there has to be an employee. So since the employee comes first, even before the entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur can't do anything without an employee. Because if they could, then they're wasting our time. Because why put us through so much pain just to pay bills? If you could use the earth without us, what are we there for? I mean, you might as well start doing it, because there's a lot of us decomposing hastily, unnecessarily, and we're hurting. And we like to choose our leisure lifestyle activities when we want to do it and not force through a work shift schedule and have to be told that we are too late, we must be written up, and so forth. But nobody ever thinks about the entrepreneur. He gets to do whatever he wants with your life. Today, people didn't come in on time, and nobody asked me if I wanted to stay. They just assumed that you have to. But if I wanted to leave early, they would have to think about it and say, okay, well, let me see, because we don't have anybody. And I'm like, well, when people come late, you just think I don't have anything to do with my body. My body's hurting. My body can only work for 30 minutes a day. You didn't open up the case file. Is this a triple A battery, a double A battery? Is this an XXD battery? You don't even know what kind of human being I am. Muscular strength. You don't even know how long my battery runs, how long my mind can sustain a thought. You have no idea. You don't know what I'm doing before I die. See, I have to die alone. And because we die alone, people could do whatever they want because they face death by themselves. And if I'm choosing to think one thought till I die, and you tell me I have to do a lot of stuff, are you going to die for me? Because if you're going to die for me, I'll do whatever you say. Are you going to go to hell for me? Are you going to feel pains for me? Because if you are, motherfucker, I will do your bidding. I'm not going to hell. But I'm saying, since you don't know where I'm going, since you don't know the pains I face, since you're not experiencing them, how could you tell me what to do with a body that feels pain? Now, if you were going to pay the price for the pain, if you were going to go to hell later, I will do whatever you say as long as you take the pains that I face. If you feel my pain, motherfucker, I will do a lot of shit for you. I'm not going to pay the price to die. I'm not going to feel pain. I'm not going to age. I'm not going to go through all this stuff and then do whatever you say. Oh, sure, for a little while. But what I'm saying is, it has a price. Because nobody would ever nobody would ever do that for a human. Nobody would ever do that for the human race. The human race is trash. Even for a good man, a person wouldn't do these things, let alone for such wicked, worthless people such as yourselves. But I say this because nobody ever thinks about the entrepreneur. And the entrepreneur is a person that has done wrong with their thoughts. They have established our lives incorrectly. And so what happens is people actually leave one job and they get a second job. Like right now, there's two co-workers and they left Buffalo. Well, they didn't leave, but they got a second job working at another chicken place. And the reason why they got that job is because they're older than me, and I've been condemning entrepreneurs for about a year and a half through my vocal instrumentals. I have a dictaphone, and at my old job, I would just record and I say stuff like, you have no right to force us to stand on our legs for 8 hours a day, to hand a plate, hand a drink to a total stranger. That should be set up in warmers, coolers. People should pick that up. We should do that for 3 hours, if at most, and we should set it in a place where people can pick up their orders. We should not be standing around waiting for spontaneous customers to come upon us because, no, the same way you did cafeteria in school, those people, they had a set time in which they served us. They had a set time to prepare. They didn't just wait all day long for people to come at any miscellaneous hour and then toss and turn and have a big burst and then have a light load and things get really dirty and they don't know when they're going to be cleaning or taking out trash. No, everything has to be ordered. Now, I'm not saying that people have to eat at a certain time. What I'm saying is we should produce and put it in a place where they can pick it up. And it self-sustains its own, temperature. But you shouldn't have people standing around for 8 hours and all. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Well, it's so many things entrepreneurs do wrong. First of all, you can't tell a person what to wear because that's the person's feelings. We wear clothes based on our feelings. You can't tell me to put a certain cloth on my body or a certain type of anything. Looseness, tightness. I choose what I'm going to wear because I'm the one who's feeling through my clothes. You can't tell a person feel a certain way to advertise my company. Motherfucker, this is food and clothes and resources. I don't give a shit about you or money. I don't care. Why should my feelings bow down to your neurology of stupidity so you have a sensation that you're somebody? Why the fuck do I want to help you be somebody? I'm trying to protect myself in this dangerous environment. Why the fuck would I care about you? You don't care about me? If you put me in a costume of a Halloween mongrel, why would I care about you? You didn't care about me. You didn't ask my permission of what I wanted to do with my life. You just forced anything on the earth. And then all of a sudden you want employees to regard and respect and care for you. Only a fool would do that. Oh, I'll do it to avoid homelessness, but the price, every entrepreneur is going to burn in hell. I cannot stand them. They are the cheapest, lowest, dumbest, emulative fools that have ever existed. Their ideas of employment are absolutely insane. They are trash. Their floors, their ceilings, their roofs, their walls, their everything. Ugh, so gross. But anyways, to make a long story short, there's a new chicken place that opened up and these two co-workers went there. And now they're acting snooty with me because they think that a new establishment makes it worth its while. So like right now they moved in. So Buffalo Wild Wings is nasty and dirty. It's an above ground sewer. It has roaches, lots of roaches. It's nasty. It stinks sometimes like really, really bad. It's hard to keep up. It's ugly. It's just an ugly building, you know? And everywhere I've worked at FDA, La Madeleine was ugly, Smoothie King was ugly, Rainforest was ugly in the kitchen. I've never been in a restaurant that looked like it could be clean. A restaurant is supposed to look like a clean room that you open a hard drive in, except you have golden lights. But it's supposed to be that clean, like it's supposed to be that sanitary. Table, I mean, it's like it's hard to, y'all are trying so hard. When y'all build stuff, y'all are not thinking about using it. Now, I'm like that. Y'all do not think about what it's used for. Y'all do not think about the orifices. And I mean, it should be a one table, one seater situation. No one should talk while they're eating. And people should come in and it should be, you talk into a screen. It types it for you. You never touch it because you don't want to touch. You just talk, It should be something right there. You just talk and say 2 Chardonnays, one Chardonnay, whatever. And you say what you have to say into a thing. And then it comes right out to you and no one ever touches. I mean, it's like, it's just so, it's like that would be the worst restaurant. Like that would be the worst way to do it. And it would all be black interior with golden light with fluorescent sparkles on it so that it can have an ambiance of stellar, stealth, pristine. The floor is like glass. Everything looks like glass and metal. And that's it. And all the restaurants across the world are that way because that is so important. The cleanliness of something. I mean, the ease to wipe it. I mean, you could just throw hot steaming water on everything. It's going to be clean when you cover up. Like there could be something that covers up the electronics automatically that you could just throw stuff on it. I mean, it just steam, pressure, clean everything, I say this because that's just the way, like y'all brains are so capillary vein cleaning process. Like little things that you have to take apart and they smell like mucus and fecal matter and spit when you finish because it was never really something you should have done. Everything should be like big and broad and glass and everything should be designed a certain way. But restaurants are wrong. But y'all do it. So I'm just saying people should have came with it's so fucking nasty. But anyways, they went to this new facility. It's brand new. So brand new is always better than old. And they have a snooty attitude because they're like, bitch, we have a taste of the future. You talking about FDA, but bitch, at a new restaurant, we can't mess up. Because everything clean from the get-go. I'll be going there doing my shit and I'll be looking at my temperature. I'm motivated. When I'm at a clean, bitch, when I take a new baby out the womb, I'll be like, sever this umbilical cord. We going to put the alphabets in this bitch right. We going to put the diaper on. This child going to have stuff. I be excited. See, old people, they don't motivate me because I did wrong to them. But when a baby come for the first time, I be like, now this is a chance for me to do things right. We not going to let you're going to be raised in a nice neighborhood. You're going to have your bottle, your bib, you're going to watch Sesame Street. I'm going to let you're going to do keto from the time you're not going to eat meat. You're going to be a vegetarian. You're not going to eat meat. I'm going to do right by this child. And I'm like, that's all a new building on this earth is. It's just a new child coming out the womb. And the old jobs are just old people on earth. The reason why I'm charging people for severing the umbilical cord is because there is no such thing as new wrong. FDA is wrong. There's no way that you only just feel, I just wanted to share that. You know, they have a snooty attitude because they're just now pulling a new baby out the womb after working at a retirement home. And they're like, after that retirement home, them bed sores and that nasty shit. I'm so glad I put this diaper on this clean ass right here and changed this, put that lotion, that baby magic lotion on. Look at this Johnson. I got clean shit around. It's like people who went from a retirement home to a maternity ward. You know, where once they were seeing nasty things, now they see nasty stuff that's clean and is brand new. And so they have a snooty attitude like, bitch, I know something you don't know about the future. We got our shit together. But that's just, I don't know. Every time I think about the things that go on here, it's like people don't even realize what they're doing and what's happening. But my charge is the environment. I don't care if you work in an old FDA building or a new one. You cannot put a person on a planet with animals. Beasts of the field. If right now a dog bit my leg, I'm charging you for that. Not an old or new building of FDA.